Jason Schroeder, senior producer at Ubisoft San Francisco.
Jason, what are you showing new here with South Park: The Fractured Butthole?
So in South Park: The Fractured Butthole, we're showing that you're playing the new kid, which is the same kid from Stick of Truth, but now you're playing superheroes. And what we're showing today is you creating your superhero for the first time, experimenting with those powers as Cartman narrates your tragic backstory, and then exploring around South Park and getting into your first fight against hero in a Civil War showdown.
What have you guys learned from Obsidian's first take on the franchise that you're applying and making better in the South Park: The Fractured?
I think from Stick of Truth, we learned that turn-based combat really works great for telling jokes while the players are interacting with the game. Also interacting with the city of South Park and the citizens of South Park worked great, but we just wanted to bring more variety and more characters into combat. So now, instead of just you and a buddy, it's you and 3 friends against hordes of enemies, or sometimes one big powerful enemy.
What are some of the challenges when taking essentially what is a comedy show, and making it interactive and playable?
Some of the challenges of making a show into a game are really trying to get that timing right. When the timing of a joke is in the player's hands, you got to really finesse it and try to make sure that the joke still lands, even if the punchline comes a few seconds later than you might have expected. We also just want to make sure that the art and everything matches exactly, so you always kind of feel like you're in a shot. And then from there, it's just trying to make sure that we can adapt as fast as Trey can come up with a good joke, or if he wants to come up with a new line, or, that's not working, let's do this. So we have to be really fast and agile, just like the show team.
Talk about the relationship with Trey Parker, Matt Stone, and how much feedback do they give on the gameplay? Is it just story they're involved with, or do they kind of have to approve everything?
So with Trey and Matt involved in the game, like from day one, they knew they wanted to make a superhero game. And then as we started working through it, we started actually playing board games together and like working out different mechanics. And that's when we really came that it's fun to explore South Park, but it's also fun to be able to fight in those same places you just explored. And so some of the games we were playing, like Zombicide, Dead of Winter, Star Wars Imperial Assault, we were able to use a lot of that type of tactical combat and to start applying those mechanics to the game. So they bring great design ideas. Of course, they bring a lot of good story, and really they have a great player's eye. So when they start reviewing builds and giving us feedback, it's always great because they're a nice mix of editors, but also players. They're like, I just want it to feel like this, or it would be fun if I was able to do something like this.
So talk about the different classes of the game. You guys have over 10 different playable classes you can play as.
So as you're customizing your superhero, you can actually select between over 10 different playable classes. You start out with some pretty simple ones that Cartman gives you. You can either be a speedster, a brutalist, or a blaster. And then you start being able to evolve from there into some stuff that's more complex, like an elementalist or a mystic. And then actually you can mix and match and combine those classes to create a superhero that's all yours. And then on top of that, you're building your superhero team out of all of the buddies that you recruit around town. And then so mixing your powers with their powers really gives you the tactical variety to take on situations in different ways.
When does South Park: The Fractured come out, and what platforms will it be on?
South Park: The Fractured Butthole is coming on December 6th for PS4, Xbox One, and PC.